go. Just moved over too.
Two hits the other, both went to left field.
Yep.
Throw him inside.
2 for 2.
That's what happens when I don't get a hot dog and I choose some wires and knock us out. Back to Fergie Jenkins Field, top 4. One-on-one out here for the Kitchener Panthers. This one gets away, and this will move the runner up easily to second base. As Boyson moves up. Gordon Carthy batting right now for Kitchener.
Boyson on first after a single. He's 2 for 2 of the night. We had a strikeout there and a fly out to center. We get back here to Fergie Jenkins Field, Mike.
Beautiful night. Both starting pitchers really on their game so far. Ryan, a 1-1 pitch. He just paints the outside part of the plate. Nice pitch by Ryan. He catches the corner and is ahead. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 out, top 4, still scoreless. Ryan looked to get back in the dugout here. Some good movement, but a nice stroke to left field. Chasing after it, and does it land foul? Just foul by about 6 inches or so. That was close. So a break for the Barnstormers. It will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. A slider that didn't fool Carthy at all. He got some good wood on that one.
Braxton Haggett had a long way to go. Coming from the, shifted a little bit over to center. Just dropped in there. Carthy had a single back in the second, up the middle.
Ryan looks back, and now the pitch. 1-2, a little chopper to third. Short hop, nice short hop. Long throw across the diamond, and he got him for the third out. And the Barnstormers back to the dugout. We have played 3.5 at Fergie Jenkins Field. We are still scoreless in the first ever Chatham-Kent Barnstormers game here at home. Brought to you by our good friends at Kent & Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. And once again, the in-between innings continues. Back in a moment.
Baseball brings out everybody. We got you coming here. What's your team's name?
Chatham Diamonds.
Yes. And you got to.
U9.
Very good. And you got to go out on the field today.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I don't know, but I've never been on a field for a baseball game.
Really? But it must have been kind of interesting. You got to meet Fergie Jenkins.
I didn't meet him.
Oh, you didn't get to meet him? Oh, well, he's still here, so you might get to. So yeah, make sure you hang around. There's a lot more baseball coming up.
Beautiful evening, great atmosphere. The very first Chatham-Kent Barnstormers game here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Mike Renier along with Chris McLeod, Ed Myers, and everybody, your broadcast crew. Very proud to be a part of this inaugural season of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. An amazing atmosphere tonight, Chris, and some great weather to go along with it.
Yeah, it's just fun to be a part of, and I think a lot of people felt the same way walking around here prior to the first pitch. There was just so many people kicking around saying this is really great. You know what I saw in tweets here tonight, guys, was people selling parking spots on their front lawn.
That's a throwback to the old senior maroon hockey years in the 60s.
Yeah, right across the soccer field there, they were at the hockey arena.
It used to be a quarter to park your car for hockey games at Memorial Arena.
Really?
At the Allen Cup years in 1960. And the Maroons, by the way, would be playing the Kitchener-Waterloo Dutchman during that era.
Back in the day.
They're charging more now.
Yeah.
30 pitches through 3 innings for Vasquez. That's his 31st start off the 4th here, Mike.
Miles Norman kicks off the bottom of the 4th. Makes the first pitch inside. Vasquez now loads one up, and this one's on the outside, just a little bit outside of the strike zone. And now Norman ahead of the count, 2 balls, no strikes in the bottom of the 4th.
And you talked about Fergie Jenkins Field. We talked about the dimensions and the look of it here, but this is completely different from even that long ago that I played here. But you've got the history from years and years ago. This has been a baseball diamond for a while.
Oh, yeah. 1913 was the first baseball that was played here, and it's been a lot of things, a lot of changes over the years.
Did you get the win in the game, though, Ed?
I'm almost that old. The interesting history is here when the World War II was on, the federal government took over this field, and this was the training grounds for the troops. The Army trained here. If you wanted to play here, you had to get permission from the federal government.
Really? There's some history here at the corner of Queen and Swedesmere.
2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss by Norman. He's gone on strikes to begin this bottom of the 4th. A scoreless game.
Second strikeout for Vasquez in this one.
Both starting pitchers really feeling it here tonight.
As we said earlier, they're around the plate. That's the key.
Both starters are doing very well. Dan Battelle now settling into the batter's box. Vasquez looks in. Fastball fouled away over the grandstand, strike 1. Tell his first time up, bottom of the 1st, he flew out to left field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He fights one off, that one in on his hands. He was jammed and fouls it back off roughly to the same spot. And Vasquez now ahead of the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Breeze kicks up just a little bit here at Fergie Field.
Fergie Jenkins in the house here tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight, when they take on the London Majors, will be Fergie Jenkins bobblehead night.
That's going to be a hot ticket. That's going to be another big crowd.
Yeah, first 300 fans will get a bobblehead. CKBarnstormers.com for tickets.
0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, a fastball. And Vasquez again dealing. 2 up and 2 down here, bottom of the 4th. And Seth Strong roll one up to the plate.
All Barnstormer home games you'll catch on the Barnstormers YouTube channel. You can also find that on the local radio station website, CKSY, Cool FM, and Country 92.9. Websites will be streaming them there. And then when they go on the road, it is the home team that will provide the broadcast. So tomorrow will be from the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Christy Pitts.
Yeah, the only Diamond, the only team that doesn't charge for their home games.
Yeah,
it's free admission.
Never seen a game, but you're looking down at the field. Interesting setup. 1-0 pitch from Vasquez. And he gets a hold of this one. Deep to right field, and it is gone! The first Barnstormer home run in history. And the first run, he got a hold of it. 1-0 Chatham-Kent.
Love to see it, guys. Love to see it.
The crowd saluting Seth, and he returns the favor. Got a hold of it, and it's shot to right. 1-0 Barnstormers in their first game ever.
Ball cleared the field house. The right fielder didn't just turn and watch it.
We saw the youngsters running in the right field side of things, chasing that one. They got themselves a souvenir.
Braxton Haggith now up for the Barnstormers, but I say earlier in the game with your left-handed batters, certainly the power hitters, it's got to be a really inviting thing to shoot for every time you're up there.
I think, Ed, we had talked about, we look like experts. Lefty, Seth Strong, big bat. We saw that in that preseason game, and he turned on that one. He took that one for a ride.
No doubter.
First ever run, first ever home run in Barnstormer history for Seth Strong. Haggith now, he bounces one into right center field. This splits the outfielders and gets away from the center fielder. Extra bases. A double for Braxton Haggith, following up the home run. Back-to-back extra bases for the Barnstormers, and they are rolling bottom 4. Maybe rattling Jose Vasquez just a little bit.
It's fourth inning of work. Hasn't thrown a lot of pitches, but the Barnstormers squaring him up here in the bottom half.
Trent Sillett now will scroll in. Buzz has gotten louder here at Fergie Field, and now another one over the third baseman in the left field. A base hit. And coming home is Haggett with the second Barnstormer run. It's 2-0 Chatham-Kent. 3 straight hits. And Sillett able to muscle over the shortstop into left. An RBI, 2-0 Barnstormers.
Fans have been waiting for something to cheer for here. We've had a couple strikeouts. Aiden Ryan's pitched out of a couple jams, but now getting the bats going. Got the crowd getting a little feel of what IBL baseball is all about.
Well, they were close in the bottom of the third. They had runners at the corners and 1 out. Couldn't get anything home there, but now they've broken through in bottom 4. As it continues now with Robert Mackey. He takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Gut check time here for Vasquez to see if he can settle down just a little bit after 3 big hits for Chatham-Kent. Fouled off by Mackey. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Three runs in the inning, 2 in already. 2 out. Back strikeouts to start the inning before Seth Strong delivered that bomb to right.
It was a moonshot indeed. Mackey. 1-1 count, and another one in tight. Going to brush him back maybe a little bit. Vasquez, who has had some pretty good control all night long, both starting pitchers. Getting the control in. 2 balls and a strike. Now you can sense the crowd starting to get into this game a little bit more. 2-1 is fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Mackey.
Barnstormers manager Dan Norman at the top of the dugout steps, had to hustle out of the way.
Ground out to short, unassisted the first time up for Mackey. Trying to get his first base knock of the night. Vasquez looks in. And the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And now Meza strike him out, throw him out. Oh, there was 2 outs before that, never mind. So just a straight old strikeout on Mackey. And that's going to do it for the 4th inning. But the Barnstormers get their first 2 runs in history and lead Kitchener 2-0 as we head to the 5th inning. And Chris McLeod taking back over. You are watching Barnstormers Baseball live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Back at the top of the fifth here at Fergie Jenkins Field. It's Barnstormers Baseball, brought to you by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance. Chris McLeod, Ed Myers, and Mike Renier in the booth with you. Myself and Mike will be doing the play-by-play throughout the season. And, of course, Ed providing the expert analysis as we go. 55 pitches through 4 innings for Aiden Ryan, the Barnstormers starter. He's got 6 strikeouts through 4 innings, pitched out of a couple of jams, and now he's got a lead to deal with here, too. Left-handed batter to start this inning. Cale Murray, the junior call-up for the Panthers. Struck out, or rather popped out, back in the second inning. 8-9, then back to the top of the order here in the top of the fifth. And behind 2-0. Not going to get that call either. You're falling behind 3-0. It's not what you want to do. You get that lead. You want to come back out and start filling up that strike zone once again. You'll get a call there on the outside. Nice ball away for Ryan. Unofficially, looks like Kenny Williams will get the start in Toronto tomorrow. Ryan, nice field down himself with the 1-3 putouts. And the first out at the top of the fifth. What are you seeing so far, Ed? What are you feeling here?
Well, I think it's a good ball game, and both pitchers until the last inning have dominated. As I said, they're around the plate. Good defensive play. I think it's really a good brand of baseball for our inaugural season. That's fun to watch.
There are a lot of those watching on the stream tonight. IBL fans from around the league. And appreciate you tuning in and welcoming us to the IBL. But those that are joining and watching for the first time, yeah, we really get a first-hand look. This is a real good baseball league, too. As I said, been around since 1919, the 105th season of intercounty baseball. 5th longest continually operated baseball league. Is a shot down at first, a slow roller, and Sillick will get Luke Murray for the second out. An unassisted putout.
As we mentioned in the pregame, Kitchener was one of the original franchises with Galt and Stratford, and so they have quite a much longer history than we do.
More than 40 intercounty baseball league players have advanced to the Major League Baseball or have come back to play in the IBL. And there's going to be a chopper back from Jarvis, and he'll set him down 1, 2, 3 through 5. Ryan is not allowed to score. 4 hits allowed, and it is 2-0 Chatham-Kent Barnstormers going to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're watching Chatham-Kent Barnstormers baseball for Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance.
Barnstormers baseball going on. And this is Holly here, Knights of Columbus, with the 50-50. What's this all about?
Yeah.
So the 50-50 raffle is actually going to happen at each game, and the Knights are inviting different charities to take part and to help volunteer to fundraise for their cause. So this is a really neat opportunity for us to have in our community, to have different ways of raising funds.
And a good way to win some extra money while you're at the game.
Absolutely. Everyone wants to walk away with some cash. So.
I'll throw it to you.
Another reason to come to Barnstormers baseball. Not just for the baseball, but for the fun chance of winning. And you are with what organization?
The Boys and Girls Club of Chatham-Kent. We are actually new to Chatham-Kent. And yeah, this is one of our first kind of fundraisers that we've gotten to do within our community after CK Expo. But yeah, we're getting out and about. And our mission is to actually provide safe, supportive places for youth to kind of explore the world around them, build safe relationships, and yeah.
Have fun. Have fun.
Stormers baseball for Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance. Warren Vasilenic will lead off here. Jose Vasquez back out to start his 5th inning of work. He's got 50 pitches thrown so far through 4. Was touched up for 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Vasilenic settles in. Vasquez rolls into his windup. The strength on the inside of Vasilenic, who we saw for the first time back in the third inning, came around to third before the inning-ending double play. On with a walk. Down 0-2 here. Jose Vasquez, the pitcher, a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo.
That's it?
Yeah. All right, I guess. Kind of a big deal.
Show off.
Vasilenic didn't like the call, but he's down on strikes for the first out of the fifth.
To his family, I was being sarcastic, by the way. I'm very jealous.
That's Mike Renier, if you wanted to get a hold of him. Greg Kemble had the first hit in Barnstormers history. Lined one back up the middle, moved Vasilenic to third. He's back up here for the second time tonight, 1-for-1 on the young season. There's a strike on the outside. He went down 0-2 in his last at bat, too, and fouled off a couple good pitches. Kemble, the ninth hitter. Veteran catcher, and he's back down 0-2 here. Barnstormers baseball from Fergie Jenkins Field. Vasquez has that one shot towards the Panthers dugout. Great crowd here. Seeing a lot of Billy beers from Red Barn Brewing getting thrown around the ball diamond here tonight. A lot of flywheels, too, so our local breweries providing some beverages tonight. Red Barn Brewing and Sons of Kent.
Both very fine establishments.
Make sure we pat our pockets of these guys. We're gonna get their plugs in. Vasquez kicks and deals, and staying alive is Kemble again. That's the second straight foul off.
That is Sons of Kent and Red Barn Brewing. Very, very fine establishments.
Kemble walked that one off. Thought maybe it struck out. The umpire said, "Don't get back here. You fouled that off." Might have gotten a favorable call. So Kemble in 0-2, 1 out. Vasquez kicks and deals. There's another foul off. He's alive.
We were talking about Kitchener last inning, and I was reading this week with the press release that they have 13 IBL championships going back to 1946 and 50 when they were the Waterloo Tigers.
Well, and Jackfish, the defending champions, their first championship last year. You'll see some real good teams come in here with some great history. I see the London Majors coming in on Tuesday. They've got quite the history and some names that you recognize in the IBL. See them all roll through here this season. Vasquez kicks and deals, and Kemble stays alive again. Well, a 42-game schedule this year. Unbalanced schedule. The teams will play each other 5 to 6 times, and then they'll reverse it next year. So if you play them 6 times this year, you'll play them 5 next year. 8 teams will make the playoffs. The All-Star game will happen July 20th in Welland. 0-2 count again to Greg Kemble. And that one's going to hit him on the backside. He's on for the second time tonight. And a couple real good at-bats by veteran Kemble. This time he'll eat it and get back to first. Couple games underway. Well, one already in the books. Mike, what do you got today?
Right now, top of the 5th in Welling, the defending champs, the Jackfish, have a 4-2 lead on the Barrie Bay Cats. They're about halfway through that one. Earlier on today, shutout in Guelph as the Royals shut out the Toronto Maple Leafs 4-0. A couple of other games earlier on today and going on right now.
Chatham-Kent will play Toronto tomorrow, and Kitchener will play Guelph tomorrow. That ball's going to get by, and Kemble right away. Junior Ibarra. You don't see that happen too often. Spencer Marcus checked his swing, counts 1-0, and a runner in scoring position. Third at bat for Marcus. Swung at the first pitch, down to first base in the first inning, and then hit into a 6-4-3 double play to end the third. Vasquez has got a runner on here, and 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Greg Kemble leading off second, looks back at him, and there's a pitch inside and low. We saw Marcus in that preseason game shoot one to the right field side of things and actually went out of the park. He had a 6 RBI game. Preseason matchup. Out on his shoulder. He wags. 2-0 the count. Hitters count here for Marcus. And he was swinging. And that was fouled back, and that Kadibara, you don't want to get caught. And the umpire, Justin Van Horn, will give him a second to shake it off. So 2-1. Campbell gets his lead. And there's a shot, one hopper to the shortstop, rolls onto his backside. He'll throw to first and get him in time. Good work by Gonzalez to take that hot shot. And there's 2 outs now. Campbell had a hold.
Really good play by the shortstop. Moved quickly to his left, slid, caught the ball, threw the runner out by a step.
Miles Norman, the center fielder, the nephew of the coach Dan Norman. But it was said he had to earn his way onto this team. He got himself here, and he is one of the imports, so he had to take care of the cost getting here. And he's going to shoot one to right, and that's going to drop. And the Barnstormers are going to score again. Norman gets an RBI. It's 3-0. Good work by Campbell to get on, move across to second, and then score on the run-scoring single. Norman takes that first pitch to right. Miles from Portland, Oregon. Had to pay his own way to get here for the tryout. Had to make the team on his own accord, and he did. And his uncle is happy that he did. After putting him ahead 3-0, a little insurance here in the bottom of the 5th. Dan Patel now, second year in the IBL. Outside corner, Vasquez gets the call. 3 runs, 5 hits, the Barnstormers. Norman's got some speed, and he'll lead off first. Patel's going to stroke one to the gap. It looks like it's going to drop, and it will. Norman didn't get a great jump. Got to play at third. He gets underneath the tag. No, he doesn't. Justin Van Horn. Umpire comes across. He was right on top of it. Looked like Norman may have got underneath it, but he's not going to get the call. Well, that's 3 outs. A run scored in the bottom of the 5th. It's Barnstormers baseball, brought to you by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance from Fergie Jenkins Field.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
It's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. They gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my.
So. Top of the 6th, Fergie Jenkins Field. The Barnstormers with a 3-0 lead, adding to it in the bottom of. We'll see a pitching change. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Brock Whitson in to pitch. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Batter Bus, the official transport of the CK Barnstormers. Good outing by Aiden Ryan, the opening day starter for the CK Barnstormers. 5 innings pitched, 64 pitches, 5 strikeouts. Got himself out of a couple of jams. Pitched well, filled that strike zone. And they'll now give it to the local product, Brock Whitson, who's into the game. Righty. Chopper to short. Vasilenic. And Sillick down to the stretch. 6-3 the outs. And we'll start the top of the 6. Nolan Misa chopping out to the shortstop. Can you tell us about Brock Whitson, a local kid here?
Yeah, he, let's say, is a local guy who pitched, went to CKSS. He pitched in Chatham Minor Baseball until he was about 14, and he played out of Windsor at that time and ended up pitching for St. Clair College.
His brother is Derek Whitson, who was Team Canada sledge hockey player, lives out west now. So, hey, Derek, I bet you're tuning in here tonight. Brother Brock is on the mound here. 6'2", 190, 21-year-old Brock Whitson. He's got one out. That one's low. We talked to Harry Muir last week, Ed, and the way you wanted to construct this team is a lot of teams in the IBL, that back end of that bullpen is the weaker, the deeper you go. And that's the way it is in a lot of baseball, but he wants to have a strong back end.
He wants to finish strong, and it's a good plan. If you can find the people who can finish strong, closers, what he's looking for.
Henry looks to be the closer to start the season for the Barnstormers. Strong pitcher who's played in the minor league system. And Raul Gonzalez is not too happy with that call. He's 2-2. Gonzalez struck out in the first and flied out to center in the 4th inning. Top of the 6 here. Roitson kicks and deals, and that one inside. Count goes full to the runner-up in the IBL MVP race last year. And he's going to let that one get away from him. He'll walk, and he'll head down to first. And a runner on in the bottom, sorry, the top of the 6. Ibarra, the catcher, will stride to the plate, digging on the right-handed batter's box.
Ibarra flew out to center field last time up. Got a pretty good hit, but center fielder able to cradle it and put it away last time that he was up.
Well, I'd say he was one of Cuba's top defensive catchers, but showed some pop in his rookie season last year in the IBL with Kitchener. Junior Ibarra. Sancte Spiritus Cuba. One out, runner on. Counts even 1-1. There's down 3-0 in the first ever game here at Fergie Jenkins Field for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. And Ed, you've seen it, and Mike, you've seen it too. Players come out, get in the dugout, ready to go. A half hour before the game, they're stretching. These guys were ready an hour and a half.
Yeah, they were really, really early. Both teams were out here early by 5 o'clock, and they had to wait over 2 hours to start the game. They're young and eager.
Yes.
You're chomping at the bit to go in last night, too. Drive up to Brantford. The field conditions did not allow that game to go, so there was a lot of waiting and stretching going on last night.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It was supposed to be the first ever game for the Barnstormers on the road. Kind of shake out the cobwebs, but Mother Nature had other plans. And there's one high and inside. Ibarra holds his ground, and the count goes to 2-2. Ibarra with a runner on first. No Gonzalez. Don't see anybody in the Panthers bullpen moving. We'll see if it continues. Shot down to third. That's going to sneak through the hole. And the runners will advance a single base. First and second now. Whitson allows a base hit to Ibarra. His first of the night. He's 1 for 3. Lefty Stephen Balin will start to the plate. The Waterloo kid Sixth season in the IBL, a veteran here. Vasquez has pitched all 5 innings so far for the Panthers. We'll see if manager Matic will go back to him in the bottom of the 6th. Conversation at the mound here, Kemble. This is the situation where you got that 34-year-old catcher, 21-year-old pitcher, first ever game. He's at home.
The nerves
Big
have to
crowd
be
here.
the nerves have to be big for him right now.
True.
Got the first out on the first swing and then walk and a hit.
And following Aiden Ryan's 5 innings that were very, very good, so he's probably feeling a little pressure on top of that too.
Tell even with the bag at third. Double play depth up the middle. Whitson to Whalen. That pitch is going to get the call. Goes ahead 0-1. When you're having some control problems, get that first strike will certainly put you in the right frame of mind. In the dirt, Campbell
Thinking about it.
smothers. Yeah. 1-1. Well, I can tell you merchandise sales must be going well. I see everybody is wearing something with a Barnstormers logo on it. CKBarnstormers.com or the Chatham-Kent Pro Shop on St. Clair Street if you're looking for your Barnstormers gear. Printing it and selling it as fast as they could this week. And 3-1 now. They're 2-1 the count. Whalen eyeing his third base coach, Rick Boone, down the line. He's from Wyoming. Boone ready to direct some traffic. 5 hits so far for the Panthers. They've yet to score. Whalen, the hitters count here, 2-1, 2 on. And he gets the call, the outside corner to even it up at 2. Whalen's going to settle into that left-hander's box. Lost our partner Ed Myers there, Mike. He's going to leave us 2 novices to it.
He's had enough of us.
That ball's going to get away from Campbell. He's going to go to second. Ibarra late running, and he'll get him. Good work by Greg Campbell. Real good work.
He kept his composure, and that was right on the money. That throw right into the glove of the second baseman.
Raul Gonzalez got a good jump of the ball in the dirt. Ibarra did not from first. Campbell looked over his shoulder, quick check to third, and went to second, and got Ibarra by a step. Good work there. 2 outs. Now runner down the line, and the count 3-2 to Whalen.
That's a massive out to get that second out. Strike away from going back to the dugout.
Now it's popped up. Campbell gonna hustle to the screen. Will it stay and play it away? There you go. Greg Campbell, some veteran leadership back there behind the dish. 3-0. Barnstormers, and they get out of the gym as that veteran catcher Campbell hustles to get the out at second and then get the foul off from Whalen. 3-0 through 5 innings of work here, 5.5 innings of work. We'll come back with more Barnstormers baseball, brought to you by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
There's baseball. We're here with Alana Wills from CKSY. Alana, what brings you out?
The vibes and the energy and how important this is for Chatham-Kent. I definitely couldn't miss it. And it's great to see this amazing crowd tonight.
Yeah, because are you a baseball fan?
No, honestly, but I think that's what makes it so impressive with the Barnstormers is the work they do to make it fun for everyone. Families, super hardcore baseball fans, or people like me.
Are you actually learning rules tonight or just watching?
I'm learning something, I'm getting there. Many games to go.
Yes, it's going to be a great season, so make sure you come on out. Live Barnstormer Baseball.
Bottom of 6, back to Fergie Jenkins Field. It's Barnstormers Baseball, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Hey, wherever you're streaming tonight, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Really appreciate it. Saturday night at the ballpark, you gotta love it. What an inning there. The Barnstormers get the first out. Whitson then allows a walk and then a hit. Ball in the dirt. Campbell gets the trail runner on that, and then chases the foul ball right to the net and then puts it away. It's good work.
And credit to Whitson, too. A little bit in the middle of the inning, he fought off a little bit of control issues, and he could have easily gotten rattled, but he was able to clean up that inning nicely. Helped out by the catcher's arm for sure. And the Barnstormers able to get out of trouble and keep that 3-0 lead in front of the home crowd. And a beautiful night for the very first Barnstormer game in history.
And Seth Strong will stride to the plate here, Mike. A lot of people said he's going to be a fan favorite. Well, certainly got the fans up and out of their seat back in the fourth inning when he turned and hooked the ball over the field house for the first ever home run in Barnstormers.
His eyes have been huge all game long, just aiming for that big building in right field. And as you mentioned, he cleared it.
Stay away from it here. Vasquez back at to work the 6. He's allowed 6 runs and 6 hits and 3 runs. Sorry. Strong in the left-hander's box. Now he's going to go to left field. He's got a lot on that one. Turns around. He may have burned him, but he did. The left fielder looked like he might have stepped on the ball, and Strong is going to slide into third with a triple. That's Strong, an early candidate for the fan favorite, the first ever triple in Barnstormers history. That ball went into left, got the left fielder spun around, and I believe, Mike, he might have stepped on that ball and twisted his ankle. That's Spencer Voisin out there.
Yeah, he's noticeably uncomfortable out there right now, getting attention. But I think Seth Strong is already a fan favorite. 6 innings in, he's got that category down. A home run and now a triple the other way. So he's got power to both fields. And we're hoping for the best for the Kitchener left fielder. As you mentioned, Chris, he twisted things up a little bit. And I think he might be done for the night.
Yeah, this grass in the outfield quite long, so that ball hit and just stuck. And as he was spinning, trying to get some ground on that shot, rolled over the top of the ball. So Voisin is being helped off the field. Trainer comes all the way out, as does the manager. Bill Matatich comes out in his second season. Going to come out to meet him all the way in left field. They're going to walk him off on the Barnstormers side of things. That's smart. So we'll see who they bring in off the bench here. Ball Strong rips one to right back in the fourth. That's a home run. And then here he goes to left. And Spencer Voisin got all kind of twisted up. There was a shot over his head. And when the ball hit, it stuck. And he stepped on it. And rolled over on the ankle there. And he's being helped off the field. So he's getting some attention. He'll come back around. So we'll see who the Panthers bring in. Looks like they're still sorting things out.
Well, we have a moment again. Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Check them out on all their socials and ckbarnstormers.com. A road game tomorrow in Toronto, and then right back here with Chris and Ed on Tuesday night, the London Majors. That's going to be a fantastic rivalry over the years for many years to come as London comes into town on Tuesday night. So get your tickets for that one. And as you mentioned, it's also going to be bobblehead night on Tuesday.
Jaden Kemp is going to come in. Jaden Kemp is the player in to replace Spencer Voisin. Comes off the bench. Will bat fifth in the lineup. Well, right now, Vasquez has got a runner on third with no outs. Seth Strong, the leadoff hitter. Now Braxton Haggith will stroll to the plate and a chance to put the Barnstormers up by 4. Haggith came around to score last time up. Himself had a hard hit double. Haggith into the left-hander's box. Strong gets his lead off a third. Vasquez in the stretch. And Haggith swinging at the first pitch. Ed Myers returns after checking out the hot dog stand. How?
It's really busy down there.
Good down there?
Lots of activity.
Well, you missed a triple. A hard shot to left field, and Seth Strong stands on third.
Ooh, that's a
Foul tip right down into the end of the cup region there. The
Not a
athletic
pleasant time.
supporter, yeah.
Not a pleasant time.
The joys of catching.
Junior Ibarra trying to walk it off, and Justin Van Horn, the home plate umpire, taking his timing, allowing a couple extra seconds here to make sure Ibarra's good to go. He's catching his breath.
Double and a flyout for Haggett so far here tonight. Very good RBI opportunity here.
Haggett back into the box. He's down 0-2. Infield's in. Trying to cut down that run of the plate. Inside pitch. Well, we're getting down to the later part of this game here. Vasquez stays in. And now every run more and more important as we go along. Panthers unable to put a crooked number on the board so far. Haggith waves that bat, 1-2. Strong at third. He thought about it, and he'll hold on. Vasquez trying to get him to chase.
See if fatigue starts to settle into Vasquez here, as he has been a little while, a couple of pitches here in the 6th inning.
2-2 the count now. Into the windup, and Haggith will foul one off over the third base dugout of the Barnstormers. Field will stay in. Brent Sillett had an RBI in his last at bat. He's on deck. Vasquez rocks back, kicks and deals. And Haggith will foul another one off.
Good at bat here for Haggith. Hanging in there. Trying to get that big insurance run in. 3-0 lead is nice, but a little too close for comfort and too much baseball left here tonight.
Big run down there at third. Vasquez. And there's one chopped, and Ibarra.
Interesting, with a 3-0 lead, the Kitchener team is playing in. So they obviously feel that next run is an important one, and to try to defend against that.
I guess settles back in. The count is full. And he'll get him looking on a strike. Crossed him up there. And the first down of the inning, Haggith throws his head back. Strong stays at third.
He was looking for another breaking pitch, froze him on the fastball. Pitches well. Really mixes the ball, and he's around the plate all the time.
Coach out to the mound now to talk to Vasquez. The entire infield comes in too with one out. What's the defensive alignment? What are we going to throw to this guy, Sillett? Trent Sillett, 1 for 2 so far in the game.
Out of town, Chris, up in Welland, the defending champs, the Jackfish, have a lead still over Barrie at 6-4. Welland over the Baycats in the top of the 6th inning. The IBL.
It's a rematch of last year's final.
And the Barnstormers on the road in Toronto tomorrow, Tuesday night, back here at Fergie Field. Ticket information at ckbarnstormers.com, and don't forget to follow them on all the social media channels too.
2 games next weekend at home. Hamilton Cardinals, Guelph Royals. So get right into it. 1 down, bottom of 6. Vasquez inside to Sillett. 1 out with Seth Strong, and the infield stays in. Brings it an inside pitch. It's 1-1. Something to the outfield, should score strong. They're playing him in on the left side. And he's going to slice one over, gets back to the ball, and that'll be another RBI for Trent Selleck. 2 for 3.
Chance you take with pulling your infield in. Probably if they were in regular depth, that ball wasn't out.
And a guy like Sillett who gets that bat to the ball better than anyone on this team. Is drooling at that. Pull that infield in. Give me a little more grass to shoot at.
Got the unusual combination of being a left-handed first baseman and a right-handed batter. That's unusual.
You do not see that.
No, Doug Alt, remember him from the Expos?
Yep.
I think he had 2 home runs in the first game for the Blue Jays, not Expos.
My son is the same way.
Oh, really?
Catches left, hits right. Well, tries to catch left, tries to hit right. More of a hockey player than he is a ball player. But it is odd. You don't see that too often. Ricky Henderson did that.
Carter's rolling his eyes at you right now.
He ain't watching. Come on. 0-2 now. Mackey is down. Sillett, his second hit has given the Barnstormers a 4-0 lead. Wags that bat. And Mackey out in front of it. And he's going to go down. He didn't realize the count. Thought maybe he had another life there. Vasquez gets another strikeout here in the inning. He's got 2, but he's allowed to run. A couple hits. Oren Vasilenic now the shortstop. Had a walk and a strikeout today.
Talking about left-handed throwers and pitcher fielders and right-handed batters, that when pitchers used to hit, if they were a left-handed pitcher and they swung right-handed, they make them hit left-handed to protect their arm.
In case somebody hit him.
Yep. Mickey Lolich was the last one I can remember with the Tigers.
Really?
He was a left-handed pitcher and a natural right-handed batter, and they made him bat left-handed.
So you were a pitcher, but how were you as a hitter?
Oh, not bad. In minor leagues, I very seldom got a chance to hit. We could bunt. There was no DH, and mostly bunting if you're a pitcher.
Yeah. Vasilenic quickly down 0-2. Everyone jumping up to see if it was their car that got hit there. Kemble's on deck. He's had a real good night tonight, Greg Kemble. A couple of times on base. A couple of good defensive plays. Vaslenic's got to get on for him to have a chance. And there's a fastball on the outside. Not going to get the call. It's 1-2.
Still throwing hard. Be curious to see how hard he is throwing. That's a heavy ball.
Big tall right-hander. Vasilenic into the right-handed box, and he's going to get a piece of that one down the line out of play. Another souvenir for the fans. I know Dom had said that he wanted to put a program in place where if a kid brought a foul ball back, he got free ice cream. I don't know if that's the case or not. Might have to go through a lot of ice cream.
Few things we're not sure of right now.
We're flying by the seat of our pants, guys. I don't even know if anyone's seeing this. Anyone watching this? Vasilenic's going to pop one up. You hear Ibarra.
It's coming back.
Back towards the screen, and it's out of play. And that's going to keep Vasilenic alive. And that one shot down the cutway.
There's not a lot of room between the netting and the roof, so that had a very small window to get back here.
The catcher played that well. A foul ball will always come back to the plate, and you see a lot of inexperienced catchers run to where they think it's coming down, and the ball starts coming back to the infield.
4-0 Barnstormers. 1-2 the count. Vasilenic gets jammed, pops it up to right. Jaden Kemp in for the injured Voisin, and he'll swallow that up for the 3rd out of the inning. Another run. Barnstormers have scored 3 straight. It's 4-0 Barnstormers. We go to the top of the 7th. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
To the 7th inning we go here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Barnstormers' very first game in the IBL and a 4-0 lead. Brock Whitson is still on the mound for the Barnstormers, getting out of a little bit of trouble in the 6th. Ball 1. And now another one just low out of the strike zone. Spencer Volson in the box for Kitchener. Pardon me, Jaden Kemp, as Volson was injured earlier in the game, so Kemp now. And he's got a good eye here. 3 balls and no strikes on Jaden Kemp. Here's Whitson, the 3-0 right down Broadway. That's a strike, 3 balls and a strike. Whitson gets the sign, and the 3-1 swing and a miss. Good pitch on the inside corner. Got tied up in the inside right in his hands, and the count is now full, 3-2. Whitson trying to come all the way back from a 3-0 count. He's ready, and the full count pitch is outside and low. Ball 4. As Jaden Kemp draws the leadoff walk here in the top of the 7th. Kitchener trying to mount a bit of a comeback here as the Barnstormers have a 4-0 lead. Brings up Jordan Carthy now. And Carthy takes it a little outside. Last time up in the top of the 4th, he grounded out 5-3. Toss over to first. Kemp gets back in there after drawing the leadoff walk. Whitson looks over to first. And now the pitch. And that one somehow missed. Pretty good. Did not get the call. 2 balls and no strikes on Carthy. Pitch from Whitson, a little in tight. And some control issues persisting into this top of the 7th inning. Leadoff walk and now a 3-0 count and Jordan Carthy. Kemp with a sizable lead off of first. And that one does catch the inside part of the plate. Whitson gets the call, 3-1.
Jordan Carthy's in his 4th IBL season. He's a graduate of University of Waterloo with a degree in civil engineering.
3-1 pitch, another one is low. So back-to-back walks given up by Whitson. Brock Whitson into his 2nd inning here tonight. And his battery mate out to have a conversation, and we'll see if this maybe is...
There is action in the Barnstormers bullpen.
We'll see, this might be it.
So we have a pitching coach is going to make a visit here out to the mound. Carlos Rodon, sorry, Gilberto Rodon to the mound. Maybe buy his bullpen a little time too to get some more pitches in.
A little bit of control issues so far here for Whitson. Just over an inning of work. A good opportunity here for the Kitchener Panthers to claw their way back into this game. Very sound ball game for the Barnstormers with a 4-0 lead. Top of the 7th. Rondon going back to the dugout after saying what he needed to say. Able to straighten up Watson just a little bit to maybe get back more into the strike zone. Hale Murray now up for the Panthers. Whitson's leadoff pitch. That was a good part of the plate there. Strike one. Exactly what you want. Get back into it here after back-to-back watts. The Barnstormers have some action in the bullpen. Morin getting warmed up. Whitson looks back to second. Another big lead from Kemp. And the pitch. Ooh, he gets a good call. That was maybe a gift from the home plate ump. But, hey, it's 0-2 now on Cale Murray. Looking back to second once again. Here's Whitson's pitch. That one considerably outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Luke Murray on deck.
Jeff Hopman's the stadium announcer and DJ, and he is doing a bang-up job keeping the crowd involved. I don't know if it's a difficult job tonight, but certainly he's got his hands full.
Doing an excellent job. Two balls, 2 strikes on Cale Murray. Another look back at second. And Whitson's pitch is just high. That did not get the call. Awfully close. Just a bit above the belt. And the count is full. Whitson battling hard. Here's the 3-2 pitch and a swing and a foul off along the left side. Well out of play. Whitson battling hard here. Jaden Kemp and Jordan Carthy both on. Back-to-back walks to begin this top of the 7th. 4-0 Barnstormers. And the 3-2 pitch and another one that's outside. And he has walked the bases full 3 straight to kick off this 7th inning. And now it's maybe a little bit of nervous time at Fergie Field. Bases loaded, nobody out here for the Kitchener Panthers. And Luke Murray.
Corners coming in, looks like double play depth, Mike.
They will gladly give up a run for 2 outs. And Whitson's first pitch to Luke Murray is low. 1-0.
First and third baseman are probably going to come home, back to first. Shortstop and second baseman are double play depth up the middle.
Junior call up here for the Panthers. Luke Murray.
Another foul off to the left-hand side. 1 ball, 1 strike on Luke Murray. Jaden Kemp at third, Jordan Carthy at second, Cale Murray at first, all on free passes. Turbulent 7th inning here for Brock Whitson. Chatham native. Trying to put out the fire. Here's a 1-1 pitch and another one sent foul and well over the grandstands here at Fergie Jenkins Field.
Well over Fergie's head. Fergie's sitting right down here, down the third base line. Catching the game here. He pitched in the IBL.
London Majors.
One of those players that on his way back from the majors. Baseball Hall of Famer.
Whitson is set. And the 1-2 pitch. There's a liner to right field, a base hit. That's going to score at least 1. Quickly, the ball comes into the infield. So it's Jaden Kemp who comes in for the Kitchener Panthers' first run of the game. An RBI single for Luke Murray. And the Panthers are on the board. It's 4-1.
Hit that ball hard. Spencer Marcus, a big arm, and got it to the cutoff quickly to hold them. That 1 base advance. And they go back to the top of the order with Jet Jarvis, who's 0 for 3 in the Knights.
Still nobody out. 3 walks and a hit. Kitchener now down by 3. Barnstormers 4. And the Panthers 1. Whitson with the pitch, and then a good one. Kick the outside part of the plate, strike one. Jarvis hungry to get into the hit parade here tonight. Whitson looks in. The strike one pitch and a hard hit ball. Multi-bouncer off to the left-hand side, but well foul. And now Whitson in control. No balls and 2 strikes.
Whitson seems to have relaxed a little bit more. He was aiming the ball, the previous 2 batters. Seems to be letting the ball go now. We shall see.
0-2. Catcher setting up outside. Pitch from Whitson is predictably outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jet Jarvis. First real trouble for the Barnstormers here in this 7th inning. Already giving up 1 run, 4-1 Chatham-Kent with the lead. Whitson ready, and the 1-2 pitch, a hopper to short, charging into third baseman, going home for the force out, and that's a big out. Good play. Charging third baseman and a good throw home, and that is a massive out. Bases remain loaded, but you get that first out of the inning, remaining a 4-1 baseball game.
Patel had a long way to go to get to that ball, too, and off balance, and he got it to Kemble at home. Good play to get that lead runner. It's just the first out of the inning, though, and the bases stay loaded, and you're getting into the heavy part of this Panther lineup.
As Misa is coming up. He's had a hit here tonight, and a dangerous hitter. Barnstormers looking for a ground ball to maybe turn 2. First pitch to Misa, trailing outside.
Hold it a little bit.
Yep, that pitch was aimed. Didn't let it go.
Ball 1 pitch, a swing and a miss in the dirt. Ball doesn't trail too far.
The natural tendency when you're having trouble finding the plate to try to aim the ball instead of just letting it flow, releasing the ball. That's normal.
That out at home, the corners can back up a little bit, play right even with the bag, and up the middle they stay double play depth.
Whitson a battler here in this 7th inning. Here's a 1-1 pitch and a nice pitch, some good movement, but he doesn't get the call in the outside corner. Trailing just outside, 2 balls and a strike. Catcher setting up outside a little bit. 2-1 pitch, trailing high, and now some nervous time since it's 3 balls and a strike. Nowhere to put Misa. Bases loaded. Whitson the set. 3-1 pitch is just high, and another walk, the 4th of the inning. And it's now a 4-2 ball game. And control very much the issue here for Brock Whitson in this 7th inning. 4 walks, along with an RBI single. And the Kitchener Panthers have cut this lead in half now. It's 4-2 Chatham-Kent. And Raul Gonzalez, big power hitters coming up now.
Led the league in RBIs last year, and Barnstormers bullpen looks to be ready, but Norman will keep him in.
This one will just trail. That was close to maybe staying in, but it is a foul ball. That would have been a nice gift to stay in and record it out.
Not a lot of room in foul territory over there. Glad they put the additional screening up in front of the new grandstands. You're very close there.
Murray did the right thing. They went back to third, was ready. If Phillip made a nice catch, might have had a chance to tag.
1-1 on Gonzalez. Another pitch that's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wonder how much time is left here for Whitson if he continues to have control issues. 1-1. Pitch is jammed inside. Little looper to second base. And he drops it. And now he goes home.
Are they going to get two, buddy?
Wow. Was that a double play in there? Out of the inning. I don't know if I've seen that one. 4-2-5 is the official score. And they're out of the inning. And the umpires are now converging, and then they're talking with the Kitchener coaching staff. But the Barnstormers are quickly off the field here.
They're debating infield fly rule.
They're going to put everybody back on.
Because they run the risk of second baseman, they think he may have dropped it purposely.
Purpose, yeah.
Yeah. Infield fly rule is difficult to call. It's not necessarily a high fly ball. Because if you drop the ball, you have a chance of a double play.
So Gonzalez will be the out.
Okay.
On the looper to second, and runners will hold their bag. If he meant to do that, that was
a good play.
Pretty bright play right there by Robert Mackey.
Heads up in the heat of the moment.
And if you ask him, he'll tell you he meant to do that, right? Like you're not going to deny it. Why would you?
He'll say textbook.
You're not out of the woods yet, though. Navarra with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Tough batter here.
Junior Ibarra. Big second out there, however. Whitson looks in, and the pitch is high and in tight, ball 1.
Initially called a double play, and said it'll be a lineup to the second baseman, Mackey.
And here's a liner to right field, over to make the catch in foul territory to end the inning. Big out for the Barnstormers, and they minimize the damage. A couple runs in for the Kitchener Panthers. As we go to the 7th inning stretch, to the bottom of the 7th we go. 2 in for the Panthers. Barnstormers still with a 4-2 lead. And you're watching Barnstormers baseball from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Back in a moment.
Okay, we are here with Barnstormers Baseball Live, and I'm here with Scott, who is here for a very interesting reason. Scott, why are you here?
I'm here for my son. Aiden Ryan today was the starting pitcher for the first pitch thrown, first game ever in Barnstormers history. So
he's out there on the field right now.
He is, yes. Yeah, he is.
What do you think of his game so far?
I think Aiden had a really good day. I think the team's doing fantastic. I think the whole entire organization is a really, I'm comfortable with my son playing in this organization.
How long have you known he's been part of this team? Is this a new revelation, or?
He started the whole mandate started probably last fall. He probably started in September. They reached out to him,
Crawford,
include him, bring him into the program, and now he's here.
So you've been following him from Little League all the way up.
I coached him, and I've been following him my whole life.
That is awesome. Thanks so much for coming tonight. Barnstormers Baseball Live. Make sure you come out and check it out.
To the bottom of the 7th we go after the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by 4 Diamond Catering and Events. It's a 4-2 lead for the Barnstormers here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Mike Renier along with Chris McLeod, Ed Myers in the broadcast booth. Very first Chatham-Kent Barnstormers baseball game in the IBL, Chris, and it has surpassed expectations. It's been great.
7th inning stretch is brought to you by 4 Diamond Catering and Events, and we have a pitching change. Crawford Passy is in the game. Vasquez goes 6 innings, allows all 4 runs, 7 Ks over those 6.
And give Vasquez a lot of credit. He was able to battle through, not pristine innings towards the end, and maybe battled a few control issues, but gutsy performance by Vasquez, but he exits the game in a 4-2 hold to the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers.
Campbell's 1 for 1 tonight. First ever hit in Barnstormers history, and it was hit with the pitch and came around to score in his last at bat in the 5th.
Campbell takes the first one in for a strike. 0-1. And now lifts the one high in the air. He gets underneath this one. Shallow center field. Center fielder comes in a bunch of strides. And he will put this one away. Couple pitches, one out here in the bottom of the 7th. Now we go to the top of the order.
Posse pitcher out of Kitchener, hometown kid. Pitch for the Waterloo Warriors. That's cool. Spencer Marcus now is 4th at bat, Mike.
Back to the top of the order. First pitch way outside, ball 1. On Spencer Marcus. Grounded into a double play. Double play. And also ground out to first his last couple of at-bats. Again, he gets this one a ride to center field. It's way back. It is deep, and it is gone. That one just kept carrying off the bat. I wasn't sure if that was going to go. But over the center field wall it goes. A home run for Spencer Marcus. It's a 5-2 Barnstormer lead.
That's a Cobber slobber knocker. He asked Spencer in the pregame, you going to hit one out tonight? Spencer dodged the question like a good politician, said, we're just going to do our best. And man, he got him here in the 7th.
Peter will be pleased.
Oh, he will.
A called shot.
Here's Miles Norman, the number 2 batter for the Barnstormers. Couple of home runs. First in franchise history in front of a huge home crowd at Fergie Field. The 5-2 Chatham-Kent lead. Spencer Marcus gave that one a run.
He's now scored in 4 straight innings.
And now this one gets away. Miles Norman the bat. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, after a tough inning from Brock Whitson and a couple runs coming in to score, that Spencer Marcus bomb will go a long way.
It is a big insurance run, and the pitch right down the middle. 2 balls, 1 strike on Miles Norman. He had an RBI single last time up, bottom of the 5th. This one again trailing outside, and a 3-1 count on Norman.
Great night for a ball game. I'm just looking around. Sun is set. A beautiful night. Not many people have left.
And the weather's perfect.
Yep.
It is.
Early enough in the season, we don't have any mosquitoes.
Yet. This one just outside. Not getting the call there. Pitcher Passy. And that is a walk from Miles Norman, so he gets on base. Dan Patel will be the next batter for the Barnstormers, sitting number 3 in the order. So far, so good. Couldn't ask for a better night to kick off this franchise. And there's in through a huge hole along the left side as the runner was on the move. Shortstop had to come over to second to cover it, and that opened up a giant hole along the left side. Dan Patel wasted no time to sneak that one into left field, a base hit. So a home run by Marcus, a walk for Norman, and now a single for Patel. And things keep moving here in this 7th inning for Chatham-Kent.
Small ball before you get to your big cleanup hitter here.
Yeah, textbook hit and run. Left-handed batter, shortstop goes to second base to cover the base, and he hit it right through the hole at shortstop.
And this is not the guy the Panthers want to see right now. Is that strong? Is that a bomb and a triple?
Power to both fields. Clearing the building in right field last couple of at-bats ago. And as Chris mentioned, the triple the other way to left field last time up. So Seth Strong, heck of a performance here tonight. 1 ball, no strikes.
He scored 2 of the 5 runs tonight.
This one trails up and out. 2 balls, no strikes. And Passy having some issues on the mound here for Kitchener. Bottom 7, 5-2, Chatham-Kent with the lead. Braxton Haggith on deck. Here's a pitch from Strong, and again, it bounces up. 3 balls and no strikes. And with the control issues that we saw from Whitson and the Barnstormers in this top of the 7th, Passy, the pitcher for Kitchener, having some control issues here in the bottom of the inning. This one is outside, another walk, second walk of the inning, and that will load the bases for the Barnstormers.
Passy
One
didn't
out.
want to give him anything inside, nothing that Strong could turn on there, and kept everything well outside the zone.
Braxton Haggith strides up to the plate. Strikeout last time up, but he's got a double. And a flyout. So 1 hit so far for Haggith. His first pitch bounces in there again. Ball 1.
He's got a really strong stance. He looks fairly powerful. We don't really know him yet, but
Panthers playing even with the bags here.
This one gets sent to center field, might be good for a run, and now actually the shortstop coming out, and that's too shallow for a sacrifice fly. That one unable to carry to the outfield very far. And so Norman has to hang on at third base. Bases remain loaded, this time now 2 out. And Trent Sillett will be up now for the Barnstorm.
2 hit, a couple of RBIs tonight. Just last time up on that drawn-in infield, just took it the other way. Ripped one down the third baseline earlier in the game for his first RBI.
Chatham-Kent would love to push at least one more through here in the 7th inning. Bases loaded, 2 out. Sillett gets under this one. It's shallow left. Infielders going out, camping under it, the shortstop once again, and he will make the play. And bases loaded, 1 out, and nobody able to come through here for the Barnstormers, but they do get a run. And they get a big insurance run, so a 5-2 lead for the Barnstormers as we go to the 8th inning here in a moment, sending it back over to Chris McLeod. And we will be back in a moment to Fergie Jenkins Field. You are watching Barnstormers Baseball live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Back in a moment.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
It's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. They gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. Run it, ooh. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my.
Through 7 innings at Fergie Jenkins Field, it's the inaugural Barnstormers game here tonight, brought to you by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. A call to the bullpen here, brought to you by Better Bus, the official transport of the CK Barnstormers. And Brock Whitson is out of the game. Brock goes 2 innings, 2 earned runs, 2 hits, 5 walks, 54 pitches in the game here tonight. He battled. He had some control problems, but, man, he certainly battled it.
Yeah, he worked his way out of a lot of situations. It looked like he was going to gain it back, and then he lost the plate again toward the end of the inning.
General Manager Harry Muir had told us, and we had talked about this earlier in the game, they want to build a strong back end of the bullpen. And we'll see how they've built it here as Catalin Morin is now in from LaSalle, the 5'10", 180 left-hander, 23 years old.
Hi, Ferg. Yep. Hey, how are you?
Not a big deal, eh?
7-2. 973-372.
Got a guy up here in the press box that they've named the field after. It's a guy named Fergie Jenkins.
Yes, I recognize it.
You recognize him, yeah, and you would for sure. Hey, Ferg?
I think this is pretty exciting. Pretty good ball. It's pretty good ball. It's good to see after all these years.
Here, Ferg, throw that on there. You got a talented hitter. Fergie, throw those on there. We'll get Fergie on here real quick. Thanks, Mike.
What do you want me to talk about?
There's Fergie Jenkins with us. Hey, Ferg.
Hey, I'm doing great. How's everything?
Very good. Fergie Jenkins, Baseball Hall of Famer, going to jump on with us here in the top of the 8th. Ballpark named after you, seeing some IBL baseball. What are you seeing from your side of things?
Well, I think they got a great facility to play in, and I think the team has really done well. Biggest thing is they scored runs and a couple of home runs, which is outstanding for a home team. I mean, they're making the crowd excited. I was excited to see a couple of balls hit.
Well, you've been here the whole night. You've been sitting in the crowd right amongst the fans. What has that energy been like? Because we're up here, a little different down there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, the people are really enjoying the game. And that's what it's all about. I mean, you got the first home game, and you're ahead, run scored. I think that's very important.
What can you tell us about Ed Myers here to my left?
Ed, pretty good right-handed pitcher when he was younger.
Not so much now, right?
No, but the biggest thing is I think when he signed, he went to Spartanburg, and I think that's where you hurt your arm in Spartanburg, right?
It was,
and it's really too bad because I was looking forward to, especially in the Philly organization, to see some Canadians really play well, and unfortunately, it didn't happen.
2-2 the count here to Stephen Whalen. Catalin Morin is in the game to the 8th inning. And there's a strikeout, his first of the night. Seth Strong has poked one out here over that field house out in right field. That right field is
when I seen the ball go up, I said, as a pitcher, you can tell the sound of the bat. The ball's hit pretty hard. And when it went up, I said, that ball's gone. Same with the home run to center field.
Yes.
I seen the ball go up. I said, whoa, I don't think the park's going to hold that one.
Well, we've been talking about the park. We've never seen this level of baseball here. How do you feel it's going to play? Is it going to be a hitter's park?
I think it will be. I think the guys will settle into hitting the ball really well. Plus, the balls are alive now. It's not the dead ball league, as they call it. But the balls were hit pretty hard today. I think that right from the start of the game, guys were hitting the ball. And I think that's what the fans enjoy. And the ball players, they want to see that result when they get base hits.
1-1 count to Jaden Kemp. So they're on the road tomorrow to Toronto. Tuesday, they're back home, which is the Fergie Jenkins bobblehead night. How many bobbleheads have you had? Do you know?
There's this will be the 12th.
The 12th?
12th bobblehead. Wow. There's 11, a couple in the minor leagues, Arkansas, Chattanooga, and also Miami, and the rest are Texas and the Cubs. I think Boston never had a bobblehead of me.
There you go.
The only other team. Phillies had one.
Yeah. Are you going to be wearing a Barnstormers jersey in this bobblehead? Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it. No.
First 300 fans on Tuesday night.
They get a bobblehead. Well, that's good. I mean, they make these. It's a company out of New York, but I mean, there's probably different companies all over.
Yeah.
But to have a bobblehead made of it, it's a pretty proud thing to celebrate.
Fergie, I was talking to these guys about your signing in 1962. I was here, and this park ought to bring back some big memories of Tony Lucadello, and I think Casey Lopata was here that
We had
day.
a couple of workouts here before I signed.
Yeah. And you signed in 1962, and you threw off that mound.
Yeah, I mean, it was, as a kid, I'm 17, 18 years old and learning how to basically pitch. And I didn't start to pitch until I was 16 with Gene, and he changed my idea about so many different things. I thought I was going to be an NHL hockey player first, and I really love basketball. But then he said, "You're not a first baseman. If you want to get to the big leagues, the position you should play would probably be a pitcher." And he was right before I was.
Well, Catalin Morin is on the mound. He was a goalie. He's playing the junior C, and he's going to walk one here. Actually, he's going to hit him. So that'll.
So many times, someone else that you coach or someone else you participate with, they see a little different aspect for your ability. And in my case, Gene said that right away, you could probably be a better pitcher than you were a first baseman. So I look back, he had the right idea, and the choice was right.
Ends up in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Not a big deal. I think he was onto something there. Although, Fergie, I know you were on the ice in Chicago for a Blackhawks game, and you scored from the center ice, right?
I've done it twice now.
Twice?
I've done it twice in Chicago. Shot the puck and went right in the hole. But, I mean, that's nice, just to know that, when you shoot a puck, you can hit it straight.
That's what Ed says he does in the golf course.
Not too often.
Catalin Morin, the pickoff attempt. Kemp gets back in. One out here in the top of the eighth.
We've been referring to Gene. Gene Jadura was an area scout, played pro ball in the Cubs organization, and he was a history teacher at CCI and discovered Fergie and developed him as a pitcher. And I used to throw with Fergie at the old CCI gym, if you can recall that, Ferg.
Right, and Doug Melvin also, and then Billy Atkinson.
Mm-hmm.
I think quite a few of us worked out with Gene. Gene was a smart individual, but he knew baseball. He knew sports because he was a football coach, CCI too. So, but the nice thing about it is he loved the game, and he wanted you to understand what the game was all about. And I look back at Gene was he was my mentor. Even though my dad was one of the first individuals to tell me that, hey, baseball can open out a lot of doors for you. And Gene worked on that.
We're talking with Chatham's own Fergie Jenkins in Baseball Hall of Fame. And the inaugural game of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers are up 5-2 in the top of the eighth, 1 out, 1 on. Fergie, when did you talk to Dom Donnell for the first time? When did he talk to you about bringing an IBL team to Chatham?
We were here. They had a meeting, and Billy Axon and I think it wasn't at the Holiday Inn. I'm not sure where it was at. But we sat down and talked about bringing a baseball team here. And I kind of told him, I said, if you're going to do it, you've got to research it. And it took 6-7 months to put it together. And plus, they really did a fabulous job with the diamond.
Yeah,
that's the first thing, the facility. Bringing a team, going to bring a good facility where these guys can play, and then look to put a team that on the field that's going to respect and support the city.
Drops the hook in there to push the count full. 3-2, 1 out. Catalin Morin the kick in the deal, and that not going to get the call. That's ball high, so now we got 2 on.
Let's get you a book.
Paul Allen's number.
Fergie Jenkins in the booth with us here. Fergie, how long are you home for?
I'm going to be here through Tuesday. I came here just for the 4 days. Yep. I thought they might have another game, but the other game's in Toronto. I'm not going to travel all that way to go to Toronto. But it's nice to come back to see the home opener.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a lot of good young kids from the Chatham area in London. And I think that's important to some of the fans that are here. They know the players. And that's important.
They do.
They'll come out and see them play because of the fact that they're homegrown.
Well, Spencer Marcus hit the home run to center field. He's the first ever signed player by this team, and he crushed that. A local teacher as well. And An RBI here on this one. 1-1 the counts, 2 on. And Cale Murray came around to score his last time up, back in the 7th inning. Allowed 2 runs, and now they're looking for more. 1 runner in scoring position here. And Murray in the left-hander's box. Catalin Morin, the lefty pitcher. And he gets him on the outside. It's 1-2. Fergie, I'm assuming you'll be streaming these games from home?
I'm going to probably stay in touch.
Okay.
My daughters will probably come out here to the games. But the nice thing about it is, when you got a homegrown team, it's good to follow.
Yeah. And I know fans have been clamoring for it. And you could see they were here. The gates open at 5 o'clock. That one's going to get away from catcher, and they'll advance 1 base, and now they're both into scoring position here. Campbell couldn't get in front of that. Catalin Morin's got some trouble now.
Takes away the double play threat, too, with the first base open.
Did you meet the team? Did you meet any of the players?
Yeah, I talked to them earlier. I came up before the opening ceremony and talked to a couple of the young men. Plus, I looked at the roster. You got four individuals from Chatham.
Yeah.
A couple from London. I mean, a lot of these good Canadian kids, they can play the game. So it's always nice to know that you've got some homegrown individuals. People will start following them.
Well, on bobblehead night, they're playing your former team, the London Majors.
Yeah, you're right. I played with them in '84. Yeah.
Was that your first year retired, Ricky? 84?
Yeah, in '84. When I can't think of the individual who was a manager that talked to me about coming down there. I said I didn't want to play. And then I said, if you wanted me to pitch, if I pitched on the weekend, you have to donate money to cancer research. My mother died of cancer.
Yeah.
So it was a thing. If I pitched on a Saturday or Sunday, it would be a 40-60 split. And all I want them to pay, just give me gas money for coming down. That's all I did.
Yep.
I drove from Blenheim. But cancer research probably made some money that particular summer. I think I pitched like 7 or 8 ball games.
Yeah, I can
for
imagine.
the London Majors.
Did you pitch when Bill Lee was in London?
No, I didn't.
He would have been an interesting guy to play ball.
Oh, he was. I played with him in Boston.
Oh, did you?
He was a little different.
Man,
The spaceman.
Spaceman Lee.
Yeah, a little different.
He's got Luke Murray 0-2 now. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but Catalin Murray's got runners on second and third. Murray did come through with an RBI last time up. Came around to third, didn't score. It's 5-2 Barnstormers. Top of 8. Catalin Murray picks and deals. Outside, trying to get a chase ball there.
You're talking about London, Fergie, that they seem to have tapped a lot of ex-Major League pitchers. Kilkenny. I'm trying to think of who else came out of Detroit to pitch with them for a year or 2.
Geez, I'm trying to think. The pitcher had all the problems. They won 31 games.
Danny McLean.
All right.
He pitched for him briefly. Because London is close, and Hardneedy was the owner of the team.
Yeah.
And he wanted to bring in Major League players.
Yeah.
But he's the one that got a hold of me and asked me if I still wanted to pitch. And I had to make a decision, which I did. And I came down to play. I enjoyed myself there in London. It's only an hour away drive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it worked out really well.
Yeah. Trying to think of the other guy who was Kirk Gibson's brother-in-law. Pitched for him. I can't
Yeah,
think of
you're
his
right.
name.
Yeah.
Foul off there by Murray. Count stays 1-2.
Baseball is a sport that once you get the itch to play, you want to play until they rip the uniform off you.
Yeah.
And I was 40 at the time, and I said, when Cleveland phoned and Pittsburgh phoned, I said, I don't want to play anymore in big leagues. I said, I'm going to be home with the kids and relax, which I enjoyed being home.
Oh, it was time.
Yeah.
Campbell
You were
gets
at how
across
many
in front of
years? 21 years?
21 years I put that uniform on. Yeah, it was fun.
2-2 the count. Murray with the runner on second and third. Fergie Jenkins in the booth with us here on the inaugural night for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. They're up 5-2. Morin, he's going to hit Murray, and that'll load the bases.
That's not good. I smile, but that's not good hitting somebody when you're ahead in the count.
You've been there, eh, Bert?
Oh, I don't think I ever hit anybody hitting the count like that, but especially you're hitting the count and hitting the score, and you're just getting yourself in more trouble by loading the bases. But, 2-2 count, you got to make the hitter do part of the work.
Mm-hmm.
Has the game changed so much that you can't offer anything to these players, or can you still talk to them? And obviously, you're in the Hall of Fame. You've got the background.
The biggest thing when the score was 4-0, and you started walking people, that's the time you got to challenge the hitter, make your defense work.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number one thing you're taught. If you're ahead, there's no defense for a walk.
It's true.
Do not give up walks. So, and hitting a batter right now, that just gets yourself in trouble.
Got 8 players out there to help you, right?
That's what it's all about, defense.
Well, bases are loaded with 2 walk and a hit batsman, and Morin now's got the bases loaded, trying to get out of a jam with 2 outs. And it's the top of the order, Jet Jarvis. Single his last at bat. Got around to second. Crowd getting restless here. Want to know the count. Kemble leans outside. Jarvis wanted time, but he's going to not get it. Sillett's going to try to race him to the bag, and Sillett hustles and touches first. Good work by Trent Sillett to get him out of a jam. 5-2 Barnstormers. Fergie, we'll appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
Maybe Tuesday when you're back, maybe we can scoop you again. But
for sure.
Fergie Jenkins, ladies and gentlemen, here at Fergie Jenkins Field. How awesome is it to say that?
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you very much. Fergie Jenkins, 5-2 Barnstormers. You're watching Barnstormer Baseball, presented by Kenton Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
We are here in the middle of the 8th live for Barnstormers Baseball, and I'm here with my buddy Ryan, a.k.a. Ginger. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you tonight?
Great. What do you think of the game?
Oh, it's amazing so far, man. These Barnstormers, I tell you, you guys need to come see them because they're surprising the hell out of me tonight.
Any been amazing plays that you've watched?
You know what? The entire team's been playing amazing. I can't really define one. I mean, they got out of a loaded bases inning there, and they did fantastic coming out of it.
Yeah, just on the 7th. That was very tense.
Yes, it was.
Thanks, Ferg.
You know what? I look forward to seeing more of them.
And they're still so far ahead, so if you got a chance, come on out live, Barnstormers Baseball. Come see Ginger, come see me, or Megan, who's behind the camera.
Robertson.
We are at the bottom of the 8th inning here at Fergie Jenkins Field, Rotary Park. It's a 5-2 Barnstormer lead in their very first game in existence. And again, thanks to Fergie Jenkins for joining us up here in the broadcast booth.
Well, thanks to you, Mike, for giving him your headset.
So you're welcome.
Otherwise, we would have just been speaking into the air.
I'm sorry I didn't give him my chair, actually, but there's some close quarters up here in the broadcast booth. But good to have Fergie up here.
Hey, good job by our crew, too. Wesley and Brad for at least getting a shot of Fergie being up here, too. So, on top of things. Adam Robertson's into the game to pitch now.
Left-hander for the Kitchener Panthers. Vasquez pitched 6 innings and Passy 1 inning. So Adam Roberts now into the game for the Kitchener Panthers. Mackey leads off for the Barnstormers. Fouls off the first pitch.
This is Adam's 4th IBL season. He pitched for Wilfrid Laurier University when they won the OUA championship in 2018 and 2019. And he also pitched at Brock, where he has a teacher's college certificate.
Very thankful to have the netting there. That was screaming back towards us. Fouled off by Mackey quickly. No balls, 2 strikes. As the Barnstormers hanging on to a 5-2 lead, bottom 8. Before they head off to Toronto for a road game tomorrow. And the pitch is high, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's got to be pretty odd to come watch a game at a stadium named after you, right? Like, it really does. I don't think I'll ever have that happen.
I think we should make those sort of groundswell here for the Chris McLeod Amphitheater.
The mayor is around. Maybe we'll see pull some strings, but that is pretty impressive. And then some public art that was added to the outside this week, too, as a high school student with the
Yeah, she was a
really well done.
CKSS art student. I was really impressed with the picture.
You guys always have to get your CKSS plugs in.
Sure do.
Go Hawks.
Still got blue and gold.
I'm just glad that Ed didn't fail me in gym. He had many opportunities back in the day. Didn't do it once.
You're probably one of the good guys.
Well, depends on who you talk to, Ed. There's a leadoff walk for Mackey, taking ball 4 in the dirt. So a good start for the Barnstormers here. They draw a free pass. And now Torin Vasilinek, number 8 hitter for the Barnstormers, settles in.
0 for 2 on the night. Got on with a walk back in the third.
Takes the first pitch in for a strike. Good time now for his first hit of the game. Maybe get another insurance run.
You know, they don't bunt much anymore, but I would be tempted to advance the runner to second base in a situation with a bunt, but you don't see it much.
No, they just don't like to give up outs anymore, do they?
No.
Fouled off by Vasilinek. No balls and 2 strikes. Adeline Morin, left-hander for Kitchener. Looks in for the sign, and the 0-2 pitch, line to left field, but trailing foul. He hit that one on the screws, pulled it just a little bit too much. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Vasilinek. Kitchener finishing second place last season in the IBL, making it as far as the second round of the postseason. And now a swing and a miss for Vasilinek. He goes down on strikes. 1 out for the Barnstormers here in the bottom of the 8th. Greg Kemble now coming up to the plate.
He's had a good night. Played well defensively. That veteran catcher, we've talked about it all night. He's 34 years old, but a couple of young pitchers. Brock Whitson had a tough time finding the zone, but kind of walked him through it.
Mm-hmm. He's had a lot of catching experience. Played in Chatham, as I said, as a youngster. I actually coached his dad, Graham, on a travel team in Chatham. He grew up right across the street here.
This one trails inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
More catching help coming to the Barnstormers this week. Some more veteran leadership back there behind the plate. So it's a good way to build a team. You want to build that strong catching tandem, like an extra pitching coach out there kind of on the field of play and right through the middle of the diamond.
Especially playing on a Saturday night and a Sunday afternoon when you need a little bit of help there. And once a catcher jumps on that bus in the morning, a long ride to the next game.
2 balls, 1 strike on Kemble. Left-hander Morin winds and works, and this one will squirt it back to the mound, and now it's mishandled. Play to first, and gets him in time by half a stride. That was awfully close. But the pitcher Morin able to gather himself just in time and whip it over to first to get Kemble by, I'd say, less than half a stride. What a close play at first.
Well, Adam Robertson looked like maybe he had thoughts of going to second before he even caught the ball, and you'll see that quite a bit.
Took his eye off the ball. He was turning and didn't wait for the ball to get to him. We were talking about catchers when I was playing. If we were traveling all night, there were 2 cots on every bus, one for the pitcher the next day and one for the starting catcher the next day. So you play 132 games, whatever it was. It's pretty tough for that catcher to get going the next day.
Back to the top of the order, Spencer Marcus settling in for the Barnstormers. First pitch outside, ball 1.
Marcus hit a bomb last time, just to the right of center field.
One of the deepest parts of the whole park.
1 for 4 in the night.
Outside corner is caught there. 1 ball, 1 strike on Marcus. Runner in scoring position. They'd love to get that insurance run in. 5-2 lead for the Barnstormers, bottom 8. The 1-1, that was a good pitch. Outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Spencer Marcus.
Like 2 identical pitches.
And now the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Runner at second. Robert Mackey stays put. Count even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 5-2 Chatham-Kent. Here's the 2-2. Lined into, oh, not quite left field. Caught by the third baseman. And a nice play to end the bottom of the 8th inning. To the 9th we go. The Barnstormers trying to secure win number 1 in game number 1. We'll throw it back to Chris McLeod in just a moment. It's Barnstormers Baseball live from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Inning number 9 coming up.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Top of the 9th, back here at Fergie Jenkins Field. It is Barnstormers Baseball Live, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. The 4th pitcher of the night for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers will be Robert Mackey. Now, work with me here. Robert Mackey was at second. He comes in to pitch. The designated hitter, Seth Strong, comes in to play first. Second base has been vacated by Robert Mackey. So going in at second is Anthony Pollowick.
So you carry the 1.
I think we got that.
All right. I think we're all right.
What a night. It's been the first ever Barnstormers game here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Fergie here. We had him on. We just saw Dom Donnell was up here in the booth. Looked like Dom was just trying to sneak away for a minute. Get a breather.
Long day for him.
Yeah, he has been one of the hardest working men I've ever seen in the last few months.
So Mackey's going to come in to pitch. Infielder, start of the game, 6 foot, 205. Pitched a couple games last year with the London Majors. He's from London. Sorry, he's from Vancouver. Pitched in 2021 with Welling. So he'll move around the infield.
Call to the bullpen brought to you by Batter Bus, the official transport of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Chris, we go to the top of the 9th to try and save this one.
Second batter in the lineup, Nolan Misa. He'll have some big hitters to face here, and the first one trails inside on Misa. Look at our ball boy and bat boys tonight. They've done some good work on their first night. It's their first night, too. Is your son out here somewhere, Mike?
I'm partial to one of the ball boys. Yeah, my son Daniel's out there along the, I believe he's along the right field line.
Mackey, another ball in the dirt. It's down 3-0. Kemble tries to rally his pitcher. See lefty back in behind the backstop, trying to get the crowd going here in the top of the 9th. Barnstormers up 5-2. Out hitting the Panthers 10-6. Mackey pulls that outside. He's going to walk the first batter he faces.
Is Henry here? Is he in Chatham yet?
I believe he is. He's on the active roster for the night, but
okay.
We haven't checked that. He is not on the active roster yet. Last I checked, there was some visa. They were still working with that.
Yeah.
Raul Gonzalez, the shortstop, big batter, was hit by a pitch the last time up. Open stance, and Mackey will finally find the zone. Anthony Pollowick in to play second. Him and Torn. Masalenik up the middle. And another one finds the zone. Raul Gonzalez has not been happy tonight with Justin Van Horn, and he's had a couple of words with him. He's going to ask for time here. He's going to step out, mumble under his breath. Looks back a couple times. Big gator here. Barnstormers has had his number tonight so far. And he's going to pull one. What a stop by Campbell. Just an emergency.
I thought it was by. I thought the ball was by him. Yeah.
That force in play here. It's 1-2. Peter Cobb of the post game will have our player of the game and a conversation with Dan Norman. Mackey, the right-hand hit pitcher, the right-hand hitter, and he's going to pop it up to left. Haggis runs out from underneath his cap. And he'll swallow it up. One down, top of 9. Safe situation for Mackey in this one. Junior Ibarra will step to the plate here. He's over 4 in the Knights. Nick Hoyt is the backup catcher. Might see him in that lineup tomorrow when they head to Toronto for a 2 o'clock game. So they'll be up and early tomorrow on the road.
We saw him play last Friday night.
Ibarra strokes one. Deep to center. Norman can't cut it off over his head. Up against the wall. And Misa is going to hold at third on the double from Ibarra. Ibarra with a hard poke over the head of Norman, and Misa didn't want to stray too far off of first, as Norman looked like he might have had a beat on it.
I thought he would have hauled that one in, but just off of the webbing of his glove. And now you've got a situation of second and third. Just one out here in the top of the 9th, so a nervous 9th right here for the Barnstormers trying to close this one out. Not easily.
Stephen Whalen is 0 for 4 the night, a couple of strikeouts. Caleb Morin got him to lead off the 8th inning, and now he comes up here in the 9th. Mike said a couple runners on. All outside. Chris McLeod, Mike Grenier, and Ed Myers in the booth here tonight on the inaugural Barnstormers Baseball Live. We'll have all the home games for you right here on YouTube and wherever you're streaming it from. And then, of course, when the Barnstormers go on the road, it'll be the home team's responsibility to bring that broadcast to you on their YouTube channels as well. Whalen in the box, that left-handed batter, 2-0. And he's going to hit it towards second. A run should score. Polowick throws high to Strong, and he'll reach back and get him. Ooh. Seth Strong stays with it. The run comes in to score. But Whalen will ground out 4-3.
They will be more than happy to exchange that run for an out.
A little nervousness on the second baseman's part there. He was really hesitant to throw the ball.
Polowick with local ties to Chatham-Kent. And Mackey. And Jaden Kemp, who came in for an injured Spencer Voisin. And he's up now with a runner on third. Two outs. And that one hit to left. Braxton Haggett's got a long way to go. He'll settle underneath. And the Barnstormers win. A debut victory for your Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. And a standing ovation from the Chatham-Kent fans who the last 15, 16 months have heard of IBL baseball, have waited for a team name, a jersey, a player. They've got it, and they didn't have to wait long for a win, guys.
Yeah, that was a very exciting night. Barnstormers got ahead early. They held on at the end as Kitchener was making an attempt to come back. and they ran out of outs.
And how about Aiden Ryan, starting pitcher for the Barnstormers? He was a workhorse first half of this baseball game. He had great control, good velocity, and he was really dealing early on in this game. Gave the offense the chance to do their job in the opening 6 innings where they got 4 runs and set the tone for this one. So Aiden Ryan did a wonderful job for the first ever starting pitcher in Barnstormer history.
He goes 5 innings tonight, 5 strikeouts, only 64 pitches. And he'll get the win. Jose Vasquez will get the lose. Robert Mackey will get the save in this one. Peter Cobb is coming up with our player of the game. And it's 5-2. Barnstormers will win the first ever game here at Fergie Jenkins Field for Kent Essex Mutual Insurance.
All right, folks, I'm down here with the player of the game, the pride of Huber Heights, Ohio, home of the great Jack Nicklaus, Neil Armstrong, and Seth Strong. Seth Strong, a calendar week ago, you planted one in the right field on a 3-2 pitch. You hit a home run tonight. They're still looking for it. Walk us through that at bat.
Yeah, first pitch, I got a ball away, and I kind of knew that he was going to bring something back over the middle of the plate. Left changeup up over the middle of the plate, and smell you later.
I love it. And listen, kid, your second at bat, I'm thinking to myself, all right, big fella, bingo, a triple.
Yeah, I don't know. I went up there looking for something good to hit, and I got something in the middle out over the plate, and I just took it over to left field, and I saw what was happening in the outfield, and I just took advantage of that triple. So,
well, you did. That poor left fielder got a little dizzy. He turned and twisted, and anyhow, boy, game 1, opening day. It's got to feel fantastic getting a victory under your belt.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all the guys that we have on this club, like, we've been working hard and trying to get everything together and trying to get everyone prepared for this season. And, you know, things align for us today, and I hope and I know that things are going to keep aligning for us in the future.
Well, listen, congratulations to you and your teammates. I want to tell our audience this. My wife, who's in the crowd, she says, I'm getting a number 30 jersey. So there you go, Seth Strong. A fan favorite.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the support from you guys. Thank you.
All right, we are going to just hang on and get Dan Norman. Dan, I know he's talking to your general manager, but if you can do me the favor, when you see him, transfer that to him.
Absolutely.
And bring him over. Congratulations, kid. Another great, outstanding performance.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
We got 2.5 minutes.
Okay. Strong is the player of the game, and What did he say? Smell you later? Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Well, I guess when you pop one like that, you can say that, eh?
Say what you want.
We joked about him hitting that ball in the exhibition game, but man, he stroked that one tonight and then followed it up with that triple to left. A couple big hits for him, but we talk about Trent Sillett tonight too. He had the shot over the third base bag, and then later the drawn it infield. So a couple big plays from some
I think those two guys really showed as the power hitters and hit the ball with authority. His home run was no cheap home run. We talked all night about the right field line being short, but his cleared the field house.
Big win for the Barnstormers in the inaugural game, 5-2. We're going to go back down to the field with Peter Cobb and Dan Norman.
Down here on the field with a gentleman that had an opportunity at one time to play for a team from Dom's home province, the Montreal Expos. Manager Dan Norman, walk us through today. You know, you had to have butterflies first game, opening day, and your team put on quite a performance.
Yes, they did. The main thing is our pitching staff has been real good. Gil, he's been really doing a very good job with the pitchers. So I knew coming into the game that the pitchers were going to be okay. The hitters, you know, they hadn't faced any live pitching before. So I just stayed with them, and they stayed with it, and they came around.
Well, I'm going to tell you, first your starting pitching, you got excellent starting pitch. A little hiccup there in the seventh inning, but boy, oh boy, Seth Strong and then Spencer Marcus to dead center field with a dinger. That's got to make a manager feel good.
Oh yeah, anytime you hit one out where the grass don't grow, it always makes you feel good. And also the other base hit, timely hit that we had with runners in scoring position, that gave us extra runs. So that makes a big difference.
Well, there's no rest for the wicked because you got to head to Toronto to take on the Maple Leafs. Not T.J. Brody and the Maple Leafs, but the baseball team, the Maple Leafs. And then you're right back here. And I can't wait, folks, for this rivalry. It's going to be a dandy. The London Majors and the Barnstormers when they hook up.
Well, we're going to give them all that we got. You know, so I hope they're prepared because we hope to be prepared.
Right on, folks. He's Dan Norman, the manager of this club. I'm Peter Cobb. Meg's behind the camera. We're going to send it back up to the booth to Chris, Mike, and Ed.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Peter. Peter had talked to Seth Strong in the pregame, and he said, you're going to hit one tonight. Man, he did. He knocked one out of here. And, man, a lot of things to cheer for tonight, Ed. It's been a long time coming, but you couldn't ask for a better first night.
No, you really couldn't. There was excitement in the air for sure. All the way back to 4:30, 4:45, there was excitement in the air. And I think the fans had a great time. I think it was sort of a festive atmosphere. And they were rewarded with quite an effort by the Barnstormers, and they were able to win the first game.
Well, we certainly appreciate you watching this stream that you're watching right now, but we would love to see you here at the ballpark, ckbarnstormers.com. More games coming up. We're going to have the next home game coming up on Tuesday versus the London Majors, and a couple of games next weekend as well. The Barnstormers are going to head out, meet some of the fans here, and enjoy this 5-2 victory in their inaugural game ever here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Thanks for tuning in. It's been Barnstormers Baseball from Fergie Jenkins Field, presented by Essex. Let me start that all again. I was so good right up until the end, eh? Canton Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Thanks to Ed Myers. Thanks to Mike Grenier. I'm Chris McLeod. To our team behind the broadcast as well. They have done a great job to get us on the air and keep us on the air tonight as well. Wesley and Brad, good job, guys. Thanks for watching Barnstormers Baseball.